Hello everyone, how are you all students? Yes. Yesterday we had discussed about the two chemical properties of metals as well as non-metals. Have you understand them? Yes. Now students, let me tell you one thing, that I have given you one question in homework on Monday, that is advantages of alloy. I think students are finding some problem in writing that question. It's okay, and it is well and good that you people have think a lot. Okay, this is our prime motto, that you people are thinking on a particular situation. Okay, that is so done. Now I will provide you that answer today. Okay students, and yes, just think that how we can represent that answer. It is very beautiful that we can compare the advantages of a particular alloy. We can discuss the advantages of alloy by discussing a particular alloy, like stainless steel. Like when we are talking about iron. Iron is a metal and is very useful to us. But are we able to eat food in that? Are we able to use that iron directly in day-to-day life? No, because it will get corroded. So to improve the quality of iron, what we are doing? We are converting it into the alloy. Okay students, similarly some other situations are there. As you have studied in your 7th class, that for making the electric fuse safety devices, we are using one alloy which is made up of lead and tin. Have you remembered? I think yes, you people are remembering. In the chapter electric current and its effect, remember? Yes. Now students, we have discussed about two alloys over there. One nichrome alloy and second an alloy made up of lead and tin. In both the situations, we are changing the melting point and the boiling point of metals. See, in one case, when we are making nichrome alloy, that alloy is made up of nickel and chromium, and in that case we need very high melting and boiling point. Okay, because it shows the property of heating effect of electric current. Remember? Now next one is the lead and tin, in which we need very low melting point and boiling point, because it may save ourselves from the short circuit and other problems that you know. Okay, for what we are using the fuses, MCBs, miniature circuit breaker. Remember? So that is the quality of alloy only, that we are converting, we are modifying the property of metals by combining them, and we are utilizing them according to us. Okay, now the third problem. These are the two advantages. Any other advantage? Think about it. Yes, think. Yes, we can improve the ductility, malleability of some other metal. As you all know that gold is a rare metal, and other than that it's very costly, expensive also. Okay, so we can use small amount of gold while mixing in some other metal and improving the ductility of that particular metal. Okay students, that's why in that way we can use the making of alloy to improve the ductility. Similarly in malleability also. Now next, any other property? Yes, rolled gold. Yes students, imitation jewelry. Have you ever noticed that people used to wear these days, due to the robbery cases and other problems, or lack of money, or want to protect their money, jewelry, to save themselves, the people used to wear imitation jewelry right now, and that imitation jewelry is made up of rolled gold. Small little amount of gold is there, and rest of the other metals like which are very shiny, like copper. Okay, we are using, by mixing them, we are making the jewelry. Okay, converting them in the form of imitation jewelry, and you people used to wear them. And yes, you won't even able to judge that whether it is real or artificial. Okay students, so this is the advantages, few advantages of of alloy. I will show it to you on the screen after that. First of all, let me tell you one more thing. Today what is the other thing which we have to discuss? That is the chemical property. Today we will discuss only one chemical property, that is reaction of metals with acids. Okay students, now what is the condition when a reaction takes place between metal and the acids? See students, as you all know the category of metals, as we are discussing it in all the properties: highly reactive metals, less reactive, non-reactive. Similarly over here, the highly reactive metals can react with dilute acids also. Less reactive metals, as they are mild, they are creating the mild reactions. The reactions will be slow and they are reacting with the concentrated acids only. When the amount of acid is more in the solution. As you all know, acids form by mixing the particular substance in water. See, in the atmosphere acid rain is formed because some pollutants are available in the atmosphere, and when rainwater mixed over there, then the first water which fall on the earth contains a lot of acid, because that water, the pollutants which is available in the atmosphere will get dissolved in that water, and now they are falling on the earth. Okay students, it means a particular substance will get mixed in the water and forming the acids. Means the formation of acids is by mixing a particular substance, whether it is sulfate, whether it is chloride, in the water. If chloride is mixed, hydrochloric acid will form. Sulfate is mixed, sulfuric acid will form. Okay students, sulfurous acid will form, etc. and etc. Carbonic acid will form if carbonate will mix. Okay, now students, my question is that what is happening when acid is reacting? This is the formation of acids. Now what is happening when a highly reactive metal reacts with acid? It may react with dilute acids. Dilute acid means substance, the level of substance is less and solvent is more. Solvent is water. The concentration in a glass, 70% water, 30% solute. That is a particular substance. Okay. Now, when salts will form, when acid will react with metals, some salt will form and one gas is liberated, or we can say released. That is hydrogen gas. Okay students, what type of salt is formed? See, when sodium is reacting with dilute hydrochloric acid, sodium chloride will form. That is a formula of common salt. Next over there, if sodium will react with sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate will form, because in both the cases they are replacing hydrogen ions. Hydrogen ions means H plus from the HCl and from the H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Okay, in both the cases. So same case is with other metals also, like potassium chloride, calcium chloride, etc. Okay, magnesium chloride, they all are forming the salt and hydrogen gas is liberating. Okay students, now non-reactive metals does not show any reaction with acids generally. In some exceptional cases are everywhere. Okay students, now the next question is, what is happening when a non-metal reacts with acids? See, nothing is happening. Because why? Because non-metals are the acceptors. They need electron to complete their outermost shell, and the acids contains the compound acids contain, like take an example of HCl. H plus, hydrogen is having plus sign and chloride is having negative sign. Means chlorine needs 1 electron to complete its outermost shell, as it contains 7 electrons in its outermost shell. In that case, if both are acceptors, how they will satisfy each other? That's why non-metals won't show any reaction with the acids. Okay students, now today we have discussed this chemical property. Beta, please go through them properly, okay, and think about it. you can think better. Okay? Now, write down the answer of advantages of alloy. Okay? Here I am giving you the answer of that question, that is advantages of alloy, short question number 7. Write it down in your notebook over there. Yes, alloys are stronger, harder, resistant to corrosion and better conductors. For example, iron is strong but corroded easily. When alloyed with chromium and nickel, convert into stainless steel, which does not corrode. Okay student, here we are discussing about the example and the property of alloy, both things together. Okay? Now the composition of alloy can be altered according to the requirement. What is this? What does it mean? See, composition means whatever we are mixing together for making an alloy. That can be altered, means we can change the proportion, we can according to a requirement. For example, iron mixed with a small amount of carbon gives a steel, only steel, okay, which is used for making a screw and nails. But when mixed with chromium, nickel and carbon, then form stainless steel used for making utensils. See students, when we are making a screw and nails, we are not going to waste chromium and nickel over there. We are satisfied by getting the steel only. We don't need stainless steel. Okay? That's why we are changing, we are altering the composition for making the alloy of steel. Okay? Now we can change the melting and the boiling point of metals by making alloy. For example, fuses used for safety device are made up of lead and tin, have low melting and boiling point, while nichrome alloy is made up of nickel and chromium, have very high melting and boiling point. Here are the 3 properties along with the examples of the advantages of alloy. Okay students, write them properly in your notebook. Classwork is, imagine gold is reactive. Will it be still wanted? Why or why not? This is your hot question number 1. Write down the answer. If gold is reactive, it will react with moisture and the metal will be corroded and of no use to us. See students, if gold will start corroded, then what will happen? The importance of gold will get decreased. Nobody will spend their precious money on purchasing the gold because it will not be stable. Because our money is stable, that's why we are purchasing that expensive metal. But okay, it will spoil the importance of gold. Now we can't use it for ornamental purposes as it will react with air, water and salt. See students, if the gold will start reacting, then are we able to wear that gold? No. It may react with air, water which is present around us and the salts which is coming out from our body in the form of sweat and may cause harm to us. Yes students, write down this answer in your notebook. After that, hot question number 2. Silver is used to make good quality mirrors. Why or why not? Do you know silver is used to make good quality mirrors? See, if we are purchasing a very expensive mirror for our home, for dressing mirror, for any of the mirror, that mirror is polished at one side by silver. Silver polish is there in the expensive mirrors. Why? Because silver reflects 90% of the light which is falling on it. A very good reflective mirror. And it will improve the quality. That's why. Now write it down, this answer in your notebook, that silver is used to make good quality mirror due to its property that silver is a shiny metal and have very good reflection. It may reflect 90% of light fall on it. That's why used to make high reflective mirrors. Okay students? Write down this answer as your classwork in your notebook. Okay? Now your homework. very short question number 7, 8, 9. That is, write a word equation for the chemical reaction involved when sodium reacts with water. Yes, when sodium reacts with water, sodium hydroxide will form. Later on I will tell you the answer. Think about it. Now after that, next 8th question is, which is the most reactive metal? Name that metal, okay? Name the property of graphite that makes it an exceptional non-metal. Yes, tell that property of graphite, okay? So students, your homework for today is very short question numbers 7, 8, 9 as you have seen on the slide. Now I am going to tell you that no need to panic for the answer of these questions, because we will discuss the answer of questions on the next day. Okay students, just read that questions, write them in your notebook. If you understand, if you know the answer of these questions, just write them over there. Okay, otherwise leave this space. I will tell you the answer on next day. Okay, thank you everyone.